I blamed everything on stress. Every ache, every dizzy spell, every breath that felt too shallow. Stress was my easy answer, my shield. Everyone is stressed, right? Everyone feels overwhelmed. Everyone has days when their chest feels tight and their mind feels loud. So I convinced myself that everything I felt was normal. Until the morning my legs gave out beneath me. But it didn't start that way. It began with a strange tightness just under my ribs. Not painful, just noticeable. A quiet pressure that lingered for a few seconds and then drifted away. I rubbed the spot absently, shrugged it off, and kept moving. Stress. Then came the heaviness. I'd wake up feeling like my body weighed more than it should, like getting out of bed required a kind of strength I wasn't used to needing. I drank more coffee, slept less, scrolled more, distracted myself until the discomfort blended into the background. Stress. Weeks passed. The tightness grew into something denser, an internal weight that made breathing feel slightly harder. My heart fluttered sometimes, like it skipped a step and had to hurry to catch up. Moments of dizziness washed over me when I stood too quickly. But I didn't slow down. I never do. I kept showing up, kept pushing, kept telling people, I'm fine, just stressed. And they believed me, because I believed me, but my body didn't. One morning, everything felt off. My chest felt bruised from the inside, each breath shallow and incomplete. My arms felt weak, my legs heavier than usual. I sat on the edge of the bed, waiting for the feeling to pass. It didn't. I should have stayed home. But guilt is powerful, stronger than logic, stronger than pain, stronger than the fear of something being wrong. You can't call in sick because of stress, I told myself. So I got ready. The commute was a blur of bright sunlight and nausea. I gripped the steering wheel harder than I should have. When I finally reached the office, my hands trembled as I opened the door. Still, I smiled. I always smile. Stress. Just stress. At my desk, the letters on the screen looked too sharp, too bright. My breathing felt uneven. My chest felt tight in a way I couldn't quite describe, like someone was pressing gently but firmly, right in the center. By noon, I stood up to refill my water bottle, and the room shifted. Not a small wobble, a full tilt. The lights stretched into long streaks. My ears buzzed, my knees wavered. I grabbed the back of my chair, holding on until the world settled into place again. Are you okay? Someone asked. Yes, just stressed. I heard myself say it automatically. I didn't even stop to think. The truth was simple. I was scared. I went to the restroom and splashed cold water on my face. My reflection looked unfamiliar. Pale skin, damp forehead, eyes slightly glassy. I pressed my hand against my chest and waited. The pressure didn't leave. I walked back to my desk slowly. Each step felt heavier than the last. The ache had spread, chest, ribs, back, neck. I shifted in my chair, trying to find a position that felt less wrong. Nothing helped. At the end of the day, I packed my things with trembling hands. I just needed to get home, to lie down, to breathe without pretending. But when I stood up, my legs didn't hold me. The chest tightness sharpened into something more violent. The room dimmed at the edges. A loud ringing filled my ears. I reached for the desk, but my fingers missed the corner. My knees buckled. Someone shouted my name. My body tilted forward, slow, surreal. And then I felt the carpet against my cheek. Not pain, just shock, cold shock. Voices blurred around me. She went down. Call 911. Stay with me. Her breathing. Look at her breathing. I tried to answer. I couldn't. I could barely inhale. Each breath felt thin, strained, unfinished. Warm hands lifted my head. Someone held my hand. Someone else whispered that help was coming. In the ambulance, the paramedic asked, "Chest tightness, dizziness, weakness, how long?" My voice shook. "A while." He looked at me. Really looked. Not with judgment, but with the kind of concern that makes you feel seen and small at the same time. "You should have come in sooner," he said gently. At the hospital, everything moved fast. Heart monitor, blood pressure, oxygen, blood tests, scans. I felt like an observer in my own body. When the doctor finally sat beside me, he spoke with quiet calm. "You're dealing with a condition that's been progressing for some time. Your body has been under more strain than you realized." My eyes stung. "This wasn't stress," he said. "Your body has been fighting silently. Today, it reached its limit." I swallowed hard. "I thought it would go away," I whispered. He shook his head softly. "Pain doesn't go away because you ignore it. It grows in the dark." Those words sank deeper than the diagnosis. The truth is, I didn't collapse because of stress. I collapsed because I didn't want to admit something was wrong. The hospital kept me overnight. Machines beeped quietly beside me. I listened to my own heartbeat on the monitor. Steady, fragile, honest. I lay there, thinking of all the moments my body begged for attention. The tightness, the shortness of breath, the dizziness, the fatigue. Every whisper I silenced, every sign I dismissed, every chance I had to take care of myself, and didn't. The next morning, the doctor came back. He rested a hand on the railing of the bed and said, "Your body speaks before it breaks. Listen next time." I nodded, not because I understood the medical terms, but because I finally understood myself. Stress wasn't the problem. Silence was. Denial was. Fear was. I thought I was being strong. But strength isn't ignoring pain. Strength is hearing the whisper before it becomes a collapse. Now I know this. Pain grows in silence until you finally tell the truth.